All right, so the first finish that I love and that you'll see a lot of elite NBA guards use when they finish around the basket is what we call the inside hand finish. And that basically just means that once you drive to the hoop, you're going to finish with your inside hand, or the hand that's closest to the basket, instead of your outside hand, or the hand that's furthest away from the basket. Now, a lot of times when you're growing up, all right, we're doing layup lines, coaches teach you, and we just get so used to finishing with our, outside hand over and over again, but sometimes it's not the best option. Now, an inside hand finish works really well if you're kind of knifing underneath a taller player, and a lot of times you can kind of sneak it on them because they think you're going to go with your outside hand. So a lot of times, once an NBA guy's driving in like this, if they have a defender on their hip right here, or kind of on their back, most of the time they're going to be sitting on this outside hand wanting to block this shot. So if you can kind of scoop it up and extend it with your inside hand, not only do you extend it away from the defender behind you, but you can also get it up before they even jump sometimes. So this is where a lot of crafty guards, guys like Rajon Rondo and Steve Nash back in the day, and even guys like Steph Curry now, use this inside hand finish to sneak it and get it up before the D even knows that you're getting ready to shoot. So with this, one thing to think about is you're not necessarily jumping as high as you can on the inside hand finish. You're more jumping out if you can. So you're not putting it way up. Instead, you're extending away from the defender low and getting it up before they can jump. All right, so the next finish that I love, especially for smaller guards, is the up and under finish. And we see it a lot, but a lot of times people kind of miss a few of the really key components to it. So an up and under happens as you drive towards the basket, maybe you beat your man on the perimeter with a move, and a lot of times you're finishing an up and under against the help side defender, who's most of the time a big guy who's wanting to block your shot, right? So as you come up with an up and under, the whole key is you want to show the ball high first. You want to rock the ball high. Now, the more athletic you are, kind of the easier this is to do, because the really athletic guys can show it up one-handed and then do that kind of like Dr. J scoop up and under. But for little guys, it's a little bit harder. So you can still do the show high, but you might just want to do it with two hands. So as you come up, you want to show it before you leave the ground. That way you get the defender to leave their feet and get ready to block the shot. So that's the whole point of the showing it high, is they leave their feet, they want to block the shot. So as you come up, show it high, they leave their feet to block the shot, and then you're wrapping it underneath with two hands, or one hand if you're athletic enough, and then using the rim to protect your shot. Because what happens most of the time is the big man will come to block this, they'll come up to get it on the opposite side once you show, and then they'll try to adjust to come get it, and it's really hard for their hand to come through the net or through the rim to block your shot. So that's why we're showing it high and then wrapping underneath. We're actually using the rim and the net to block the defender from swatting it out of the gym. So again, that show high really kind of depends on your athleticism. If you're really athletic, you can jump, then show it, then wrap it under. If you're not quite as athletic, you want to show it before you jump. So while your feet are still on the ground, you can rock it up, then jump as you're going up and under. So really, you can still do this no matter your athleticism. All right, so the next finish that I really love is what I call the comeback finish. So this is off of a two-footed jump stop. So let's say you shot fake, whatever it was, you beat your man to the paint, and now you're using a two-footed jump stop to get back towards the middle of the floor. Here we're using a pound dribble to launch us into this jump stop, and we're thinking about sitting low into a chair. We don't want to do a big bunny hop jump stop because that's going to be slower and it's harder on your joints and your knees. So you want to sit low, and you should hear your sneakers squeak. So the key to the comeback is we're going the opposite direction of where we jumped to begin with. So as I leap towards the center of the key, I want to turn my shoulders so they're facing the opposite sideline. That way I'm protecting the ball on my outside hip, and the defender's probably in front of me. Now the comeback is kind of more of a counter, right? If I jump stop low and the defender stays on this hip on the inside, I'll probably just finish with a little jump hook or a layup. But the comeback is if they cut you off, because a lot of quick defenders will still jump in front of you if you're moving that direction. So with a comeback, you're coming here, and then you're immediately springing the opposite direction of where you jumped to come back to the opposite side of the basket. So you're springing, low contact time, and then coming back. The idea is that it will help you slide past your defender for an easy look. All right, so the next finish that I really like is the English finish. And this is a finish that guys like Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry use really, really well once they get in the paint to finish around the big. And basically it's just the idea of putting spin on the basketball so you can hit really tough angles on the glass and get it to kiss in. So no matter where the defender makes you shoot your shot, you're still going to be able to get it up. So the idea is, it really kind of depends on which way your chest is facing, what sort of English you're going to put on it. And these are kind of the two variables that I like to think about. So number one, if your chest is faced towards the wall over here, or the crowd, or in the arena, you're going to put the spin on the basketball with your pointer finger rotating forward. So as I'm releasing the basketball, my palm's going to rotate up, and my pointer finger is going to rotate towards the basket. That'll give it that perfect kick off the glass to move towards the rim. Same thing if we're on our left, we're doing the same thing, but we're rotating our pointer finger forward, getting that spin. Now, opposite, if our chest is facing away, or towards the middle of the floor, something like an up and under, now we want to rotate our pinky towards the basket. So you can see my pinky is going to rotate, boom, just like that on the lay-in. And then on the opposite side, same thing, pinky towards the basket. That's going to give it the correct kick. So, general rule of thumb, chest is facing towards the baseline, you go pointer finger. Chest is facing towards the center of the floor, you go pinky. If you can do that, you can work on different angles. You can kick the ball off high off the glass, low off the glass. And just like Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry, you'd be really good at finishing.